Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for January 26, 2017 is now in session. And would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning. I'm Gary Merrill, Vice President of the Board, and to my right is fellow Commissioner Lewis, Barb Lewis, and also with us is Frazan, our Administrator, and Sarah, our Clerk today. With that, let's begin.
Resolution number 17-60, in the matter of approving the electronic record of the proceedings from regular meeting held January 23, 2017.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-60. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Britton is absent today.
Do we have any public or elected official comment?
Not today.
Okay. Proceed.
Resolution number 17-61, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CMA PR 0125.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-61. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-62, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-62. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-63, in the matter of a new liquor license request from Sparrow Ventures Ltd., doing business at Swan Lake, and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 17-63. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
With that, I believe we have a special guest today, and Mr. Needham, if you'd introduce yourself and...
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm George Needham. I'm the Director of the Delaware County District Library, and I'm very pleased to be here today to ask for your support for the Library Card Challenge. The purpose of this program is to encourage cooperation between the schools and libraries to make sure that all kids in the Delaware County District Library District have library cards and know how to use them. We're going to do this by supporting student learning 24/7 through the effective use of our electronic resources, including databases, e-books, things like that. We are also introducing, within the next few weeks, an ability for somebody who has never had a library card to go online, sign up right there online, join the library, and be able to use those resources. So when Julie comes home at 8 o'clock at night on Sunday and says, I forgot I have a paper due, you'll actually be able to use the resources without having had a library card in the past. We're also going to be sharing these digital resources to make it easier for people to use them in the schools. We have a test program going on right now at Hayes High School where there's a setup so that kids can check out e-books right from the public library at the school library. So we're working on things like that, and also programming that helps develop language reading and critical thinking skills. So all of these come together, and we are working with the three school districts that are in the Delaware County Library District. That's Buckeye Valley, Delaware, and Olentangy. All three of those superintendents have also voiced their support for the program and will sign up for it. This program involves no funds from the county. We're not asking for any money from the county or from the school districts. We'll fund this from the library. It will help us to do publicity, get materials together, and be part of this national program. This is the second round of this program. The first round had 60 major public libraries, big public libraries like Columbus Metro, New York City, things like that. This level is going down to more of the suburban and smaller libraries, so we're delighted to be part of this project. So I would ask your support for this and in the form of resolution, and would be happy to take any questions you might have about it.
Is this a new program, or is it building on a prior program?
This is building on a lot of programs that we've been doing for a while, but it's a new program in the sense that it gives it a new name and a new kind of a shape, so that we actually have a basis for working with the schools more directly.
Any questions?
Yes. I just wondered, do you have any demographic breakdowns as far as how many people, how many students have cards, different age groups?
We do have that breakdown. We know that about half of the users of the library that we have right now are people under the age of 18 who have juvenile cards. We have a total of approximately 70,000 people in the district who have library cards. So about half of those, 35,000, are children's cards. Okay. One of the things we're thinking about doing is creating a new student card, which would allow students to be able to access resources specifically for them without having to worry about financial overload or anything like that. We got rid of fines on videos about 10 months ago, so there's no more fines.
Oh, okay.
So we've made it easier for people to use the library. So that's part of what this is involving as well. So yes, we're really pleased with that. But yeah, like I said, to answer your question, about half of our users, 35,000 roughly, have juvenile cards.
Okay, great. Boy, and starting the reading habits, the younger that habit starts is...
We now have programs for kids right from the point, NAPSIT, what we call it, from even earlier than toddlers.
I wondered how early. Yeah.
We'll start them as soon as you bring them to the library. We have something. We have what we call Bubble Babies, which is just what sounds like a very simple board book, and then bubbles, and you know how babies love bubbles.
Sure.
Oh, that's great.
So-
Great program.
With that, I'll ask Sarah to read the resolution.
Resolution number 17-64, in the matter of supporting the Leaders Library Card Challenge Commitment Letter for the Delaware County Library District.
So move.
And I'll second it. And I'm going to read the resolution in a couple of paragraphs here, if I may. It says, referring to the commissioners, count us in. The Delaware Commissioners are committed to working together as part of the Leaders Library Card Challenge to ensure that every K-12 student in the Delaware County Library District has a library card and knows how to use it to access the learning resources available at their public libraries. The Delaware County Board of Commissioners looks forward to strengthening our partnership to widen access to essential learning resources, begin to close achievement gaps, and build a foundation for sustained collaboration to improve education outcomes for all students in our community. And with that, do you have anything to add, Barb?
No, I'm proud to be a part. Thank you.
With that, vote.
Vote on motion 17-64. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Resolution number 17-65, in the matter of approving the contract between Everbridge Incorporated and the Delaware County Board of Commissioners for countywide emergency notification services.
So moved.
Second,
Good morning,
discussion.
Commissioners. Patrick Brandt, 911 Director. What we have before you is a agreement to start up community notification with Everbridge Incorporated. We've had Code Red for the last several years. After some recent concerns and stuff, we started looking at other vendors, and we recommend approval of this agreement.
And I believe you indicated to me yesterday that there's some savings over the prior contract?
Yes, this will save us about $4,900 a year over what we've been paying for Code Red. They also have included in the this company includes weather by text notification, email notification, and it can automatically post it to our social media if the National Weather Service would issue a weather warning of some type, which we did not have that at our last vendor.
Yes. No, it's great.
Or take it back, our last vendor had it, but it was a substantial cost that we got rid of a couple years ago. So,
This is the best way to reach people, too, so many
Right.
people. And
Franklin County uses them, and so does Muskingum County. And we've talked to, Director Miller and I have talked to both agencies, and I've got positive feedback from them.
Okay, that's a win-win.
Vote on motion 17-65. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Patrick.
Resolution number 17-66, in the matter of approving an advance of funds for juvenile court.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Karen Watkins for the Juvenile Court. This is a request for a $7,000 cash advance for the Victims Crime VOCA project with the Attorney General. We're just seeing some delays in actually getting the cost reimbursement returns, and so rather than go into too much of a hole, I'm here to ask for an advance.
Okay.
Just for explanation, this just holds you over till you get paid. And
Correct.
with that, any questions or comments?
No?
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-66. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Resolution number 17-67, in the matter of approving an end-user license agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Blue Beam Incorporated for the purchase and use of Blue Beam Review software.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, sanitary engineer. This software is going to allow us to take our plan review to fully electronic stage. They finally convinced me to get away from the old red pen and set of plans. So, no, it actually allows us to merge electronic comments onto one to send back instead of having multiple comment sets. So.
Oh, boy. That's, yeah.
I know this is a tongue twister for our clerk here this morning.
So that review was good.
We always like to put very complicated vendor names for Sarah out there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, great idea.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah.
Vote.
Vote on motion 17-67. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-68, in the matter of approving the sanitary and sewer improvement plans for the courtyards at South Section Line Road Phase 1 and 2, courtyards at South Section Line Road Pump Station and Forest Main, Evans Farm Section 1, Allen Creek Water Reclamation Area, Verona Section 2, and Bidmore Village Section 3.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
As you can see, we've been very busy approving and reviewing plans. I think everybody's anticipating, has started to see the interest in developing going up, and I think this just kind of confirms that there's a lot of plans going to be moving to construction.
Great.
Vote?
Vote on motion 17-68. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-69, in the matter of accepting sanitary sewer improvements for Wedgewood Park North.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
The construction is complete, all the punch list items have been, and we're just recommending approval of the infrastructure.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 17-69. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-70, in the matter of approving an amended irrevocable standby letter of credit for North Farms LLC.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Basically, this is moving into the maintenance period. They post a LC for the construction, and now that it's going into the maintenance period, it's a amended amount, so.
North Farms is where again?
It is actually just east of the old Olentangy, the original Olentangy school complex in Orange Township.
Okay.
So it's just west of Evans Farm.
Oh,
The
okay.
first part of Evans
Okay.
Farm, so,
Okay.
which is the center.
Backs up to the schools, I believe, doesn't it, the elementary and...
Oh, okay.
Vote?
Vote on motion 17-70. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 17-71, in the matter of approving the acknowledgement and adding Delaware County Board of Commissioners as an additional obligee on a performance bond in reference to Clark Shaw Sanitary Sewer Projects 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This is kind of a housekeeping item as we've gone, all the contracts and documents for that project. We are one of the additional obligees on the performance bond, so we just need to execute that.
Okay.
This is a standard, or?
It's a standard form. We've just been a little delayed in getting it. The community authority and other parties have executed it. We just hadn't executed it yet. It's kind of a newer process for us. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Vote?
Vote on motion 17-71. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Before you walk away, Mike, I just wanted to compliment you on, Mike and I attended a Concord Township zoning/trustee meeting last Thursday night, and you represented the county very well. I thought you explained things very well, and just wanted to compliment you for...
Oh, thank you.
With that, I believe we've Frazan.
Commissioners, the last couple of days, almost every employee under the Board of Commissioners has gone through a defensive driving course. So I wanted to give a shout out to Don Houston, who put that together. It serves two purposes. And the bigger outlook is that people do sometimes need to be retaught how to drive safely. I know it's certainly true for me. We all get caught up in usage of everything as we are driving, eating, drinking, coffee, and sending texts and reading emails. I think a lot of us do it. We shouldn't. So that serves a very good purpose in reminding. And on the business side of things, it also helps us with our insurance rating, since we are self-insured, and those things are useful. So good job. Good job getting everybody there, and also thanks to everyone for taking time out to go there, because it was a 4-hour investment in everybody's time.
Do we make our don't we have to get a certain percentage? Did we reach that percentage, or we don't?
Not for this training, no.
Okay.
It's not part of the loss control incentive program, but the MVRs that we run every year is. So we probably run about 800 names through the MVR MVRs each year. But the defensive driving course is a voluntary benefit that Corsa provides for us that we can take advantage of.
So it was a voluntary benefit on their part, slightly less than voluntary for our employees. Don and I felt that it should be something that we should all do, and I think that it will be good for all of us. Tomorrow morning, we also have the Delaware Partnership meeting here at the office across the hall, so if you are able, please join us. So that's all I have.
Mr. Lewis.
I went to community action last night in Marysville, and good meeting, nothing of note, just regular, a lot of regular business. It's now called Bridges Community Action, and so they had a little YouTube presentation that they're going to show to a statewide group today, actually, and just to bring home the new logo and the new name. And tonight I am at the BIA along with Commissioner Merrill, who will be honored at their annual meeting. So looking forward to that, and well-deserved recognition.
Thank you. And I have nothing, and I believe we have no need for executive session. With that, we are now adjourned.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.